Hello everybody, this is Stacy with Trade the Bear, and welcome to another edition of, this is going to be our weekly update. I'm going to try to get those going again and started, but I wanted to share with you why we've been a little silent with the videos. You know, when we started, it was kind of a dry run, and we weren't sure exactly what we were where we were going, to say the least. But now we have some pretty good direction, and I think you'll be pretty excited to see what we've been working on. We hired a guy to help with an indicator, and wound up making a couple of indicators, and I think you're going to see that that those are pretty cool. So one of them is these new indicators. We have a swing trading options indicator, and the daily chart. It's going to give us entries and exit. And then day trading futures, we have one for day trading futures. You know, we've made the site primarily about swing trading, but we're seeing some pretty good results with our day trading, and we'll start to talk about that a little bit as we go forward. And then we have some new indicators we'll take some time also to look at the market and what's going on right now in the market. But before we get started, let's look at our small account results as of 7/17/2020. If you go over to tradethebear.com, you'll see 2020 small account. You know, here's our home page here, and well, at some point it's going to come on. That was the other thing that we had to do. We had a temporary website, and we had to wait for GoDaddy to release the website to us, and now we have that. So if you type in tradethebear.com, it'll take you directly to Trade the Bear. So this is tradethebear.com, where we're always trying to figure out where the bear is and try to make a little money. We make good money on the downside, we make good money on the upside as well, but the downside seems to always bring in a little bit more, so that's why we like to focus on the bear. So small account results again. If you click on this, it's going to take you over there. I'm not sure why it's running slow today, but anyway. So we're about a 35% increase. We've been trading the XLF. And the XLF has been giving us, not the greatest action. We'll take a look at it here in a little bit, and you'll see what I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, let's just do that. We'll just jump right into that one. When you get this kind of whipsaw stuff going on, we want to see this, to make some good money. So but we're doing okay. I mean, it's all right. Now I'm also going to start rolling in some of these futures results as well. That is coming out of another account, so it's going to kind of mess up the small account philosophy, if you will. But I'm not trading too big in it right now, just to kind of keep the integrity of trading a small account. And you can see, there's this indicator I was talking about, which here we have the red arrow, which tells us when we should be getting short, and then here's the blue arrow, which is going to let us know when to be long. Of course, over here we have an indicator as well on the weekly. This one's designed a little differently, and it's going to tell us also when to be short the market. So the weekly's going to tell us what to do long term, and then we're basically going to follow those rules and follow that trend inside the daily. Went back and did a little more testing on it just to see how it's doing. And because the results weren't all that great, I felt like, and it's going to pay out. You'll see as we go along. So let me show you that's the swing trading indicator, and you'll see more and more of that as we go along. And then here's the shorter term, which is basically trading in the daily. So if you looked at what this shows. So essentially what's happening is that when we had this turn right here, we were getting long. And it didn't make a run, but sometimes when this happens, we get a run, and we're able to pick up some pretty good money. This was actually a winning trade, and this is traded from the 7 o'clock time frame to about 8 o'clock. And we're using the 30-minute to determine trend, and we're trading with the 5-minute. And then the trade also works in the afternoon. So in the last hour of trading, which is a trade that I've been very interested in for a really long time. I've tried to figure out exactly how that I would be able to take that trade. And I'm really happy to report that this strategy is really, really sweet. I don't see one. Let me go a little bit longer time frame here. So we'll go 4 days. I know there was a couple of them in there. Let's see. Here's the one that happened. So you can see here's the turn, here's the arrow, and we would have gotten in here and we'd have had a pretty good run. And then actually I took this trade, and it was a very, very nice, successful trade. So that is what we've been working on. That's what I'm really excited about. We still have some refining to do before it can be released in any way, shape, or form. But we're kind of on the track to doing like an algorithm trade. So pretty excited as you can tell. And then all right, so let's take a little bit of time and let's look at the overall market. So I'm going to come back into my favorites and let's see where if the bear is in anything right now. So first we want to look at the ES, which kind of mirrors up with the SPY. You can see that we're in a long trend. You can see that basically what's going on is we're bumping our head on this level right here. So we're going to be watching that level to see what happens. I'm not sure. There's a lot of news that should be driving the markets down, but with everything that's happening here, let's look at this too. This is just kind of a quick little analysis. So maybe let's dip on that and see if that's where it's happening. Yeah, it looks like it. So you can see we've got kind of an ascending triangle going on. Maybe you could call it that. Basically, I'm just going to say that's resistance and this is support. Support's going to be here. Support probably is better off right here. So I'm going to be watching, this line in the sand here. So, I really like to draw these with boxes. So let me remove some of these, get them out of the way. I thought I had this drawn already. Let's see. Was it on the MES? The ESU20? No. I guess just the SPY. If you see that, well, here we go. There's a SPY. So you can see I'm looking at, this is a little tight area here, and then this up here, and we'll come back and look at that again as well. And then the other one we want to look at is the NQ. The NASDAQ has just been flying until this week. It finally bumped its head and pulled back. But look at this run from the bottom. I mean, just up and away. And I finally started trading it again in my larger account. I just said, hey, let's just join the train, and so we did jump on the train. And then ZB is the next one I want to look at. Bonds are just going sideways. There's a lot of buying going on right now by the Fed in the bonds and in the ETFs related to the bonds. Not always sure how all that works, but I do know there's definitely the Fed is influencing markets right now. And then let's look at gold. So gold finally broke out of this sideways range and kind of pushed up a little bit. You can see here, there's the indicator telling us to get long again. So, I'm not one to trade gold, but I like to know what it's doing and, that kind of thing. So let's look at oil. Oil's flattened out. This might be good. You can see this level right here. Gaps always fill, and of course that gap did fill on this day right here. So now it's just trying to make up its mind, kind of going sideways. Would be a difficult trade, a very difficult trade right now. And then last but not least, let's look at the dollar. US dollar index. I haven't looked at this one in a while, so this will be entertaining to say the least. Whoops. I think I have to put a dollar sign. There we go. Yeah, it was in this trade. It was in this trend for a while, and so the dollar's under pressure. It's been coming down. Probably going to go over here and test this area. Let's look at a longer time frame on this, just so we can see. Yeah, see, it's down in this area right here. So there's a little bit of support coming from over here. So we could take and draw us a little box. Probably it's a long way away for that. So probably something like that. So let's watch that area and just see. Let's see what happens. I don't like it that dark green, so let me change it. Okay, there we go. So we'll keep an eye on that. See what comes of it, and so look for that. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go look at our trades. The ones that I like to trade are personal. All right, so KRE's telling us short, longer time frame. We do have some support here and some resistance. This support is really down in here more than anything, but we had a move off of it. You know, this gap, when the gap was filled, it kind of pushed up and then made a move down. So we'll just keep an eye on that, see what we learn as time goes on. And then the NASDAQ, the Qs, you can see here, you know, just in a nice little trend, good little support right here. We're gonna have to see what it does up in this area now. And I anticipate that it's going to just continue to go. I mean, look at this. Here's where we got our indicator. So this is when it told us to go long. That's a pretty nice trade, I believe. And then we already looked at the SPY, just real quick. You know, it's in an uptrend here. It's in an uptrend here. Again, you know, we would have got long here up to here. Pretty good trade. The home builder market is doing good. Everybody's saying good things about housing, it seems like, and I know in the market that I'm in, houses are only on the market for a short period of time, and they're moving pretty fast. So again, you know, we would have gotten long here, would have made a nice move all the way up. So I am trading these. I do trade these with live money in my larger account, and I'm doing very well. So it's pretty neat. And then XLE, this one's been a little bit of a booger. You know, you can see down here where it's saying that we should be short. This happened on 6/29. That would be right in here. Did make a little move down. Maybe we're going to see another move coming here pretty soon. So we'll have to keep an eye on it, see how it goes. And right now I'm not in XLE. So now the XLF we looked at earlier, it's giving us all kinds of trouble. It's just being a booger. And you know, the financial markets are under a lot of stress because interest rates are pretty low. So it makes it a little difficult for banks and so forth to make money. That's what's putting the pressure on this. Hopefully we'll see that relax a little bit. And so anyway, stay tuned. We have some great things coming with the day trading part of this. We'll start talking a little bit more about our day trades, and look for that as time comes. Please subscribe below and become a part of the Trade the Bear community and learn to be a confident, successful trader. This is Stacy. Again, thank you for taking the time to watch this video.